Christopher, thanks for coming in.
Hey, thanks for having me, Selena.
So let's just jump right in. Everyone's talking about consumer privacy, and it made me think about this thing at dealerships. What's the deal with those little GPS trackers that they use for lot management? And what happens to them after a car is sold, and if the customer doesn't buy the theft recovery device at F&I?
Oh, that's a really great question, Selena. And honestly, it's a huge blind spot for a lot of dealerships. Those trackers are fantastic for managing the lot, and they really help increase efficiency and help salespeople, especially find cars fast.
Mhm.
But they also work as great F&I, products to sell to customers as a theft recovery service. But the problem starts when a customer says no thanks to that service, and in the rush to get the deal out the door and do the delivery, someone forgets to take the device out or turn it off
Mm.
in the system. That's where things can get messy.
Okay, so I'm trying to picture this. Even if it's just an honest mistake, it's still a problem if that little box is left in my car and I didn't know about it.
Well, it's a huge problem. Think about it. You're a new car customer. You drive off the lot thinking everything's done. You've signed all your paperwork. You've signed your life away. But this device is still tracking your location without your consent. It might seem like a small oversight, but a lot of people are extremely sensitive to this, and the
Mhm.
law is on their side. Can lead to massive headaches for the dealership. We're talking lawsuits, PR nightmares that can trash their reputation, and even fines from regulators.
Wow. So break this down for me. What are the actual rules around this?
Well, it differs from state to state, but in most states, they have specific laws against tracking someone electronically without their permission. So
Sure.
right there, you're already in hot water. But on top of that, the FTC, the main federal consumer watchdog, hates stuff like this. They see undisclosed tracking as a deceptive practice, and they can bring the hammer down hard for this. It means fines and a lot of trouble.
Wow. So that little piece of paper I signed that mentions inventory tracking before my test drive, that doesn't cover the dealership if I buy the car and they forget to
No,
take the device out.
No, that's something completely different.
Wow.
That's a key thing to understand. That pre-purchase disclosure is for inventory tracking, and that's completely different from getting the customer's explicit informed consent to be tracked after they own the car. If they say no to the service, that's it. The tracking has to stop.
Okay. So I'm guessing some trackers make this harder than others.
Well, you just hit the nail on the head. The old school hardwired trackers are the biggest culprits. They're physically wired into the car, so uninstalling them is a real pain, and most dealers don't even do it. They just let the thing drive off the lot with the tracker still in the car. So when a customer says no to the service and the service department is slammed getting the car ready to deliver, it's just really easy to forget that step. And since it's wired in, it can keep on tracking indefinitely because it's drawing power from the battery.
Okay. So that
Yeah, and
genuinely
it's a problem. I get calls from law enforcement all the time asking why there's a tracker in the car that the customer didn't buy. And the customers, they demand explanations, they blame the dealer, and sometimes they get law enforcement involved.
Oh, wow. So, I mean, that genuinely sounds like a nightmare for a dealership. So, how does Recover help safeguard dealerships from this type of mess?
Well, RecovR is fundamentally different because we designed it from the ground up to prevent these kind of problems. For starters, our devices are wireless, no complicated wiring. If a customer says no, you just take it out of the car, you put it in a box, you send it back to where new cars enter the dealership, and you put it in the next car that arrives. Simple. It's a
Nice.
zero loss product.
Okay, so that makes sense. But, what if someone still forgets? I know I would. People are human.
Well, it happens all the time.
Sure.
And that's why we have fail safes. First, you can remotely deactivate the device at any time. If you realize you made a mistake, you just log into the portal and you shut it down instantly. No more data transmission. But the biggest thing is that our system automatically cuts off dealership access once you mark a car as sold in the system.
Oh.
And the customer hasn't bought the Recover service plan, your access to the car's location is just gone. You can't see it anymore, period.
So it's automatic. That seems like the most important part.
Well, yeah, it's a huge safety net. And on top of that, if the car leaves the lot and the sale doesn't get logged right away, the device will automatically stop reporting 2 weeks after it last drives off the lot. So this
Okay.
allows for things like sending a car to a collision center that might sit there for a week or two, but it's still in your inventory. It comes back, and then you still have the theft recovery capacity and the lot management capacity. But when I get those calls from law enforcement about why is this tracker in a car where the customer didn't buy the service, it's just really easy for us to say it was dealer oversight, no big deal. It stopped tracking the customer a long time ago. We guarantee that you don't have anything to worry about. And they're happy to hear that.
So what I'm really hearing is RecovR isn't just a tracker. It's a system designed to manage consumer privacy properly and protect the dealer's business from these crazy risks.
See, because we designed the entire system end to end for North American dealerships, we took all these things into account, and we know that one of the things that dealerships care about is customer privacy, and we wanted to
Sure.
keep them from opening themselves up to these kind of privacy nightmares. So yes.
Well, Christopher, this has been super helpful. So for any dealers watching, what's the one thing they should take away from this conversation today?
Just that you have to be careful. And if you're in the process of selecting a theft recovery product or you're already using one, ask critical questions about consumer privacy. Just make sure that you're careful. You can't let a simple process mistake create a massive legal and PR problem. So using technology that's built to respect consumer privacy isn't just nice to have anymore. It's essential for protecting your business.
Christopher, thanks so much. I learned a lot today.
Anytime, Selena. It was great talking to you.